Well, Graham, happy new season to you. The first game of the season is always one with such excitement and optimism for supporters. How are you feeling with one day to go before your first match?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Excitement, optimism, looking to see how the new boys fit in, how they go about their business, and where they are at this moment in time. It's never something you can actually pinpoint pre-season. You can play as many friendly games as you want, do as many training sessions you want, but it's totally different. The adrenaline, the excitement, the nerves that kick in on match day when the season kicks off. So yeah, it is exciting. And I am looking forward to seeing where we are, how much further we have to go, and how much work we have to get under our belts. So it's one we're all looking forward to, I think.
And for you, having come in mid-season last year, it feels like you've got a full crack at it now. You must be really itching to go.
Yeah, look, I love the game, I love training, I love working with the boys, so it's been good. The pre-season has been good. Results haven't been great, but the overall workload and what we've got out of it, what we wanted out of it, the players we've got in, yeah, it's been really good. It's been really good. The lads have come in and probably left off where the lads left off last year. They probably picked up from where the lads left off last year, sorry. So from that point it was really good. It's not they're not a hard group to work with, they're an easy group to work with, so it's been good. It's been really good, to be honest. And look, it just it all, you know, we see where we are tomorrow at 4:45 or 5 o'clock, and that's a telltale sign of how good or how bad the pre-season has been. But in my eyes, as I say here, 24 hours before kick-off, the pre-season has been really good, really valuable to us.
Changing your squad in terms of personnel, probably more change than perhaps you would have ideally wanted at the end of last season. On the recruitment side, how challenging has the summer been?
Yeah, it's been a massive challenge. It's been huge, to be honest. I was coming back pre-season, I was thinking, rubbing my hands together, lovely, just add to what we've got and push on. But all of a sudden, then I get a hammer blow to tell me that 4 players are not renewing, not coming back, wanting to go elsewhere, chase a penny or chase a pound, whatever they wanted to do. So that was it. Then become, instead of it then become a rebuild, really, if the truth be known. And I didn't want to rebuild. I wanted to keep that continuity, that confidence, that continuity, that consistency that we displayed last year. I wanted to carry that on. So naturally it was disappointing when it become, let's be honest, it did become a rebuild in the summer where it shouldn't have, and I didn't want it to be. But look, those things are out of my control, and it's one of those things that happen in football. So we went out and we tried to get the best we could, and as any good recruitment team, any good recruitment officer will tell you, you always have to think windows ahead, and you always have to think players ahead. Just in case anything happened to players for these exact circumstances. So you had to have a couple of players up your sleeve. So I think it's gone really well under the circumstances. It's been trying, it's been testing, it's been tough. But on the whole, again, like I say, I'm sat here 24 hours before the season starts. I could be saying something totally different tomorrow at 5 o'clock, but that's football.
But a rebuild when the finances are as tight as they are here, that's a challenge, isn't it? A real challenge.
Yeah, look, I knew that coming through the front door. Again, it's not something I can control, and it's not something I'm going to get bogged down in. I got a great group of lads there. We work hard, and if we lack little bits and pieces that other clubs can provide for the players, if we lack them, we'll make up for that in work rate, in attitude and commitment. And I've said that since day one. I was never blessed with the biggest or the best or the most expensive or lavish players in the league throughout my career as a player, as a coach, as a manager. So I'm well adapted to and well used to working with less than what others and in less fortunate circumstances than what others have. And remember, I've had 8 years at Southend, so that was a massive learning curve. It was a massive challenge, and I learned so much there. So I'm well equipped to deal with anything that's chucked at me.
So with everything that we've touched on financially and everything else in terms of the players that you wanted to keep and haven't, what would constitute a good season for Newport this season, do you think?
Promotion.
Is
That would be a brilliant season.
Is that the target?
No, realistically it can't be. Obviously, realistically we wouldn't be able to do something like that. But look, I think going into it, I suppose your question is what are you expecting, or what's your hopes? Look, I think anybody with any type of brain or education would actually turn around and say, listen, just outperform the budget. Now, if we outperform the budget, well, we have to, really, given where our budget sits in the division. So yes, it's a case of must outperform the budget. So look, as I said to you, financially I can't control. I don't know, and I don't get involved, and realistically it's not my remit. So there's been hundreds and thousands of questions over the summer and since we've come back about finances and money and all that, and it's really it drags on me and it gets to me, really. So I'd rather concentrate on what we've got. I'd rather concentrate on the players. I'd rather concentrate on the superb support. Nobody wants to talk about the 2,000 season ticket holders that have gone out and purchased and jumped on board to support this football club. Nobody wants to talk about the young lady, the superstar last Saturday morning, who walked around Rodney Parade, Olivia, 6-year-old, to raise funds and things like that. Everybody wants to talk about other side of the club. For me, I'll stick to the positives. I'll stick to what I can control.
Those things that you just mentioned there, and particularly the supporters who have put into their own pockets, you talked about creating a spirit within your squad. That's a spirit within the club, isn't it, that we're seeing?
Yeah, I have to take my hat off to a number of people who've really rallied around, supporters, Gareth Evans, Chris Finn, even Kelly Anderson when she was here, those type of people, and they're probably the reasons why the club is functioning and the club is going from strength to strength. It will be a slow process. It's probably a rebuild off the pitch as well, if the truth be known, but there's some tremendous people at this football club all pulling in the one direction. We know where we are, we're realistic, we know what's ahead of us. We know it's a massive task and it's a big fight, but together we're stronger. The support we receive is unbelievable, and people take great pride in supporting this football club. Not only cheering them on the terraces, but the support they give them off the field as well in the background. And it's really galvanises people, and it fills myself, it fills the players with great joy and great pride, to be honest. And it's the reasons why they pull the jersey on and go through brick walls on a Saturday afternoon. And with that spirit and with that camaraderie and that togetherness, you just never know. Maybe we can outperform our budget this year.
First game tomorrow, Accrington away. They're just down from the league above. It could have been a gentler start, shall we say?
Hey, that's life. That's life, and that's the cards that we've been dealt, and that's the situation we're in. Yes, we could have maybe had a home game, for instance, but no, we're away. We've got to travel ahead. A League One team from last season, and I say this all the time, and just for consistency, unbelievable job John and Jimmy have done at Accrington. Two great guys, and when the big jobs come up, I've said this a few seasons back as well now, when the big jobs come up, I'm really surprised that they don't get a mention and they don't get them opportunities, because what they've done at that football club over the years. I think John is probably the longest serving manager in the Football League. Him and Simon up in Harrogate are the two longest in the Football League, and that's testament to them, and that's what a great job he's done. And yeah, I'm a big admirer of John Coleman and Jimmy Bell, to be honest.